Welcome back, minions, to Creeper World 1. Last time we did Scald or whatever. You know what? I'm just gonna say the second pentagram or pentagon, whatever you want to call it, pentagon. The second pentagon, and this is the third level. There we go. This level seems a bit basic. There's no upgrade, so we're gonna, and it seems like we don't have much time either, so we're gonna try to build as quickly as possible. Or I'll try to. I'm not good with timers. Oh jeez. Mortars are gonna be in our favor for this level. We can do like a loopy loop. Let's do a loopy loop. There you go, loopy loop. We're gonna be in the defects so much. I feel like this level would be perfect with spores too. Yeah, this loopy loop is gonna cause our problems, isn't it? I'm just gonna wait until things get built. Let's put like a mortar right here. And once the side's done, we can make another loop-de-loop. Going back to the previous episode, which I was talking about what subjects I was good at. I said I was good with math and science. Ooh, what's wrong with my throat? Give me a second. I think I'm gonna cough. If I cough, I may have to pause and cut the thing, which would be fine. Okay, I think I'm good. Just clear my throat. Yeah, I always enjoyed math when I was I was one of those kids that just loved math. Couldn't get enough math. So I went to high school and then I had enough of math. But I always loved science, so that never kind of faded away. Jeez. I'm gonna have to after this recording, I'm gonna have to take a sip of some water. You know what? I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do upgrades on this level. Every third level, no upgrades. Oh my. Nah, I feel like it'd be kind of boring without upgrades, in my opinion. Maybe sometime 10 years from now, I'll play Creeper World 1 with no of these building upgrades. So a nice loop-de-loop strategy was pretty good. I like that word, loop-de-loop. I've been using it a lot lately for some reason. And then it reminds me of the SpongeBob episode where how to tie your shoes. Oh jeez. Okay, there we go. You can do it, I believe. Yeah, I love science. Science is so amazing. That's what gets me into some games, is because this is like sci-fi and it's just like interesting, especially the first time playing this game. The science is pretty interesting. Because imagine if we make some kind of like, I don't know, like the Creeper seems a little like, I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't make sense. I mean, it's a video game, so it doesn't have to make that much sense. But actually, let's just move you over here, and we can build another one on this side. some of it makes sense, but I kind of feel like this is more like a, not so much a fluid, but more like a bunch of solids mixed together, like almost like kind of like a ballroom where there's a bunch of like different colored balls, and one of they're solid, but if you keep adding them, they kind of seems like a liquid and you sink through, just like sand and how other things can be if you keep adding it. But let's get a blast over here because this side doesn't seem too well. And that's what I think the creeper is it maybe it may look like a liquid like in the big thing, but I think it's just made out of really small materials that flows down after the dense, if it gets too dense. Just my opinion. I mean, it was created by a technology, and you can't really get infinite, well, because these emitters spawn infinite amount of stuff. So like, but there's nothing infinite in the universe. Everything's kind of finite, except for like black holes. So do these things run out of black holes? But they can't run out of black holes because the Nexus, if the Nexus was a black hole, it got sucked up by a black hole, meaning that if the Nexus was a black hole, it would combine with the black hole to make a bigger Nexus, wouldn't it? So these things can't run on, well, they could run on black holes, but they can't be a black hole or something like that. I think I'm taking this game way too serious. Let's focus on the game a little bit better. I need some more energy. Let's get some drones. I feel like we're gonna need some drones. So the question is, what do these creeper things run on? If they run on like sunlight, I guess so, but that wouldn't make them go forever, because even sunlight will make them disappear one day. It's really interesting. I don't know. My guess would be these are like the creepers actually they're like a form of biology. They're like, I don't know, bacteria that's clumped all together that destroys anything living in its path and eats anything that's man-made or something. But even they won't last forever. I'm not paying attention to this level at all. I'm trying to think where to strike next. I mean, they kind of do explain it a little bit, kind of. Well, they do. I kind of forget a little bit, but it's like, it's created by a people called the Loki. They made a technology that destroyed everything. It was a defensive mechanism at first, but not anymore. Something like that. Or that's kind of what I get from it. That was a nice opening. So if you guys have any ideas of how the creeper is powered, please tell me. Or what is the creeper? Like, what's it made out of, and how does it create itself? Unless if it's a form of matter, I guess that could solve most of the issues. Because I remember watching a documentary about space. Yes, I like watching space documentaries. And there was one saying that there was a matter that it's called like string matter or something. I mean, it's not string theory. Don't get it confused with string theory, but it's string matter. And what string matter does is when it touches regular matter or antimatter, it turns into itself again. So maybe that's what the creeper is these things produce string matter, and then every time they touch stuff they create more string. But the problem with that is the terrain would get destroyed because the terrain is the bad matter or something. I don't know. Is the string matter. Let's use these things again. I guess that would explain like how it would create, because the air itself is regular matter or antimatter depending on how this universe is made, and the string matter is just eating the air, but even that's finite too, so I don't know. Maybe it's best not to think about it. So we got like the shoreline going. Let's get some mortars spread. Mortars are gonna help us out a lot. Well, unless... Okay, I'm just gonna say one last thing. Maybe it's like... Maybe the creeper's like antimatter, and we're like regular matter. So what happens is that's why the antimatter destroys us. But the thing is what's the world made out of? Is the world regular matter or antimatter? Because if it's regular matter, that's good, but the thing is the creeper would destroy itself when it comes contact with the land, so that wouldn't work. Now if it was the other way, we would destroy ourselves when we went contact on the land or something like that. So, and you can't say that these things are floating because they aren't, because if these things were floating it wouldn't get hit by the creeper. So yeah, it's just a big mesh of science. You gotta love it. If you like science, you gotta love it. And please say if I said something wrong or whatever, or please tell me. That's what science is all about, is to prove each other wrong. Damn, I just can't push anything. I'm too distracted with science at the moment. I promise next episode I will not be distracted with science. Plus, I just thought of something. This is the last thing, I promise. Last spiel. Even if no matter if the creepers matter or antimatter or whatever the planet is, if there's any kind of correlation, it would just like self-destruct and create large massive explosions and energy. So even if that was, the whole planet would be destroyed no matter what. Like the battling system is like, its small little explosions are not even an explosion because it doesn't even destroy the terrain. Maybe the mortar, but it would probably take like 1,000 shots. So it's probably more of a that means the creeper must be the same matter, or vice, or whatever, same matter we are. There we go. Off of all the science, we now will explain the science of teleportation with rift totems. Now, teleportation's on a whole different subject. Well, maybe it's not. Or maybe it is. Goodbye.